tonight's The Hobby Table. I'm your host, Blake. I'm here with my stupendous, magnanimous, and most importantly, bootylicious host, Oblerone.
Are you sure you're talking about me?
Yeah, you're thick. And Bowen.
How long did it take for you to come up with that intro?
Honestly, it was on the spot.
No, that sounds like you've been sitting on that for a while.
No, dude. No. It's just me. Oh. Well, if that doesn't set the tone for this episode, I don't know what will.
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome, guys. This is our first bonus episode.
Oh, yeah, bonus episode. What are we thinking for this one?
How about the hobby of eating Kinder Surprise egg? No, I'm joking. Let's do Warhammer.
Does that include eating the toy as well, or just the chocolate?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
No, you eat the chocolate and shove the toy up your bum.
Oh, shelf it. Go shelf it.
They're not
Keeping it for
toys,
later.
they're suppositories.
Wait, can I show you my Yowie collection?
Hold on, I'll get him out.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Well, what have you crazy motherfuckers been up to?
Oh man. I've done so much the last time we recorded. I finished up the last of my commissions, so I'm totally free of that. I painted a few terrain pieces.
Yeah, that's true. I did actually see you on Discord. You had your face painted blue, screaming freedom. I didn't know what it was about, but
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I know now.
I also had a kilt and I was also swinging my dick around. But
Yeah. It's lucky Discord has good zoom features.
yeah. Also an auto blur function, so that's perfect. Besides the terrain, I've started working on a Forge World Night. I shoved some LEDs in it, and I've also done some armatures. So those are getting close to being ready to painted, and I'm gonna use an airbrush for that because I got that stuff coming in. And I also have to give like a big shout out with that because Blake and our good friend Kellen, Drunken Hobbyist, you know who we are.
Yes, the drunkest of hobbyists.
Those two bastards got me an airbrush as a gift, and I am eternal grateful, and I will finally be able to put it to use. So thank you guys for that.
It has been said that Kellen is the biggest boy. Ask him.
Oh yeah, the biggest boy.
Big boy is the biggest boy.
A teddy bear, one might even say. Yeah, so that was me. How about you guys?
Man, honestly, I had COVID for a bit there, so I kind of just ended up playing video games a lot. So I played Monster Hunter World like a fucking madman for hours and hours and hours. Still doing that, and yeah, been getting back into the retro game collecting quite a bit. Retro games, retro consoles. I'm on this kick right now where I just have to have all the different Game Boy colors. Like the consoles, and it's maddening, and I can feel it's going to hurt my wallet, but it's not going to go away until I do it, so I'm just going to do it. My Warhammer models are in the room crying like, for the Emperor, please paint us. I'm like, fuck you, you're just plastic, you're not bossing me. So, yeah.
You don't light up. I can't touch your buttons.
Exactly. Also, I bought Jurassic Park shoes, so that's the thing.
Yeah, we've seen them. They look pretty cool.
Yeah. My mom says my dinosaur shoes are real cool.
Quick disclaimer, we do not endorse or encourage people to do their retro consoles.
What? Do them?
Yes.
Do them
What? Don't inhale your Game Boy, kids.
What else do you think I mean when I say don't do your game consoles?
I don't know, man. I'm too
What else
innocent
do you
for this.
do with a game console?
Put your dick on it. What else?
Okay, how about we take that to another episode? Because I'm feeling that this is worth a whole episode.
A whole episode.
A whole new episode.
Maybe a whole new podcast.
Uh-oh.
I'm joking. That's a lot of work. I would never do that to you, Bowen.
Yeah, please don't.
You only get 1 meal a week in the dungeon as it is.
Thanks for the light though. I've been getting a bit of vitamin D, which is nice. So like my skin like is starting to feel a bit better.
I understand you. 1 minute there's too much D. 1 minute there's not enough vitamin D. I don't know what you want from me.
Well, at least the bald head kind of gives you more access to light, so that's good.
Exactly. It kind of reflects, and it causes like a mini like solar flare in the basement, lighting it up.
Do you guys remember that one intro for one of the Dragon Ball Z games on PS2? And the intro is like Master Roshi's head reflecting light. Like there's like a panning shot of it. That's Bowen. Every time. What have you been up to, Bowen? What have you been doing?
Right, I honestly, again, I haven't painted Warhammer in probably about a month now. Because you were dying, so couldn't do that. You contaminated my Necrons, so...
They were already contaminated with being lame. Nah.
So I've been passing my time just by drawing shit, man. Just been drawing anything and everything.
Ah, yes.
Been
designing new emojis for Bill Gates. Hey, I see how it is.
Yeah, I've also been drawing up some possible merchandise designs for the podcast. If anyone's interested.
I like that.
We're the sort of people that plan for a long time and then strike. So don't expect it soon, but do expect it.
Do we know the perfect time to strike, though?
No, we're not Eldar. Yeah, we try though.
I got a pointy ear. That's something.
That's true. You are a knife ear.
Yeah, filthy knife ear.
We might not be Eldar, but we do know when to fix bayonets. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. Oh, but this bonus episode, I think I'm thinking something a little bit more expansive. This will probably end up being a sort of series which will span over a few years even, because there is very much to talk about this specific series, I guess, that we're planning to do. And what we're thinking is, how are you going to choose the correct army for you? Of course, we will just be giving a general picture here today, and we'll probably go more in depth about all the specific factions later on. Talk about their models, talk about their playstyle, maybe on the tabletop, such sort of things.
Yeah, and I know we did cover this slightly in our Warhammer episode, like this sort of stuff, but we like Warhammer. We just wanted a chance to talk about it, so we all thought it was best if we sort of reiterate everything, get it all sorted so everyone knows what's up. You know? And it is a bonus episode, so if you don't like Warhammer, you can just skip it, whatever.
Yeah,
but still tell your friends about it. That's the real thing.
Yeah, this might be the perfect way to just guide them onto this episode so that they'll be able to figure out where they will go from here, figure out what they kind of want from the miniature ranges, or if they're just interested in different things, just the lore maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll help you on the way to figure out which is the right army for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, we all have started a fair few armies, so we have a little bit of information about those.
We've been around the fucking traps, we have.
Oh, yeah.
As it were.
As it were.
I mean, definitely you guys more than me.
Yeah, for sure. You're the newest of us to this hobby, but you're dedicated, Bo.
Just a broke bitch, man.
That's what we're trying to change with this podcast.
Well, look, what you don't know is he makes all of his money from OnlyFans, so...
Whoa. That's not a thing that I'm getting into.
Follow him at BonelyFans.
No, you got it wrong again. So let me just correct you real quick. It's only bolds. It's just a conjugation site for us bald folks. You won't understand.
Yeah, right. What's your favorite anime? Dragon Ball Z?
You wouldn't get it. It would go over your head.
Oh, it would never go over my head. My reflexes are too fast. Thanks, Drax.
No, it just ricochets off.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things. It's a big topic, so let's bust the fuck into it like a coconut with a brick.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine. Here's what you're gonna do. Step 1. All right. What you're gonna want to do is just go on fucking the Games Workshop website, man, and just have a look around. See what tickles your fancy. If you want, have a look at all your different factions on there. They have both 40k and Age of Sigmar if that's more your style. But yeah, just go on Games Workshop, have a look around, and I can almost guarantee it something will stick out to you. Like it definitely did for me. Not so much on like Games Workshop, but just going to like a local like hobby spot, really.
Yeah, I think
that's. Yeah, you go.
I was gonna say, I think what really got Bowen was when he saw Death Guard, right, for the first time when we were at GW for 40k. You were like, "What the fuck are they?"
Well, I mean, if we're getting technical here, like the first sort of army to do that for me was when we went to Dice Spot.
Oh.
And in Dice Spot, they had a small pack of Skitari for the Mechanicus. That was the first models I ever bought. And I still want to make a full army of them one day. When I'm not a broke bitch.
Yeah, the Mech are super cool.
I'm a bold broke bitch, but it'll happen.
Yeah. This episode, though, we're probably going to talk more about the 40k aspect. If there is interest in it, we might do something for AOS, but this will be a main focus on the 40k side of things, as that's what we have most experience with and can share more things about.
Well, that's it. Like, especially if you guys like this format and it is successful and you guys dig it, then we're happy to do more of this and do AOS as well, like as a accompaniment to that. But, obviously, if no one wants to listen to it, we won't do it as much, so whatever. Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll still do it, though, because we do what we fucking want around here.
Yeah, this is our hobby. You can't judge us.
That's not true. I judge you constantly. Yeah, look, I think the thing about the Games Workshop website that's worth noting, though, is the Space Marine tab can be really confusing because half of the models sub-tabs, but they're from different chapters, and then, like, you get chapter-specific stuff as well. So, like, say you get, like, models that can only be in the Space Wolves, but then, like, you're looking at Blood Angels, and there's a lot of overlapping models, so, like, if you're new, it's very... you can get very confused with it. Very confused. But it's still worth just looking and just gravitating towards what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like especially now that there's the Primaris Marines as well as the Firstborn Marines, like it can get a bit murky. But you'll get there, and if you don't know, just ask someone that does, Yeah. And each chapter has very much their own personality and their own lore about it, So like this podcast actually, well, I don't know about the whole podcast, but at least me, I actually like Space Wolves, contrary to a lot of the other friends' hobby podcasts out there. I dig it. I don't like furries, but I fucking love Vikings. So we just ignore the furry aspect and we go with the Viking side, okay?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there are definitely a fair few cool chapters out there, and like you said, they are very unique, each and every chapter, and that's not even going into the custom chapters or even the chapters who are born from them. Like, what do you call them?
Successor chapters.
Successor chapters, correct.
Yeah,
that's the name.
Yeah, success! I did a word.
I really want to do a custom Space Marine chapter.
Oh.
Which, fun fact, Oblerone, is a chapter very similar to Space Wolves.
Oh no, are they also furries? Are they cat people? Is it cat people?
No, it's Space Bears.
Oh man, I like that. Sweet.
You should give it a Google, man. They look dope as shit.
Yeah, I've seen somebody on the tubes making making one. A few
But yeah, the
customizations.
The YouTube channel that made them, not made them. Sorry, there's a site that has the file that I'm pretty sure you can buy, so you can 3D print them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about picking up a small resin 3D printer, so I can make one, because I'll be honest with you, boys. Don't get me wrong, Space Marines are cool, but in terms of everything else in 40k, they're a bit bland, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're vanilla ice cream.
The Emperor is watching you.
I know, but
show some respect.
It's
unhappy.
I don't know. I just find it really hard to like Space Marines. Just
Wait,
because,
Midson's gonna come for you. There will be an Inquisitor at your door in 5 minutes.
that is fine. But yeah, I was always trying to find a Space Marine chapter, but none of them really stood out to me. Until I found that Space Marine, Space Bears custom chapter, and I was like, that is cool as shit.
Yeah. That's I think what makes them kind of bland is because they are very easily accessible, and they're basically the line of models that they want to push forward. So if you will look on Warhammer 40k, you'll get blasted with Space Marines straight away. Even though the universe is so immense, it's not just Space Marines. Space Marines are not even the most around.
But I do want to note that while I do agree with you that they are the most numerous and they're the post child and they're pushed the most, I feel like that about Chaos. Because everyone who wants to be the mainstream person, except thinks they're edgy, they ram Chaos down your throat 100%. I think Chaos is cool. I think they got some good stuff, but the amount of times I've had someone screech the words Papa Nurgle at me or something like that makes me want to fucking headbutt a wall. So Marines are cool. I like Marines, and your Marines are only as boring as you let them be. Mine are pretty off the fucking wall. There's dinosaurs and Jurassic Park shit going everywhere. But yeah, I do agree. If you're just doing stock box style painting, it can get a bit boring.
See, but in saying that, the Space Marines, in terms of the hobby side, not lore side, right? They serve their purpose well, because I feel as if from an outsider perspective, them being the poster sort of faction, if you will. They're definitely probably one of the best things to start with, because they are not over the top crazy.
Yeah.
Submarine chapters can be.
Yeah.
But in terms, especially if you're new to the hobby, and even say painting, for example, they're definitely a good first choice.
I'm not so sure they're a good choice for your first choice for painting. Because what they are a great choice for is learning to edge highlight. They're a great choice for that. But I personally think something like a Tyrannid, a little bit easier, because it's organic. So you don't notice if it's a bit more messy, because you go, oh, it's just the colour of him.
Yeah, but
whereas with a suit of armour, if you've splodged a bit of it, it's you can see that. But I do take your point. They're simple.
Yeah. Yes, they're very simply designed,
Yeah.
so, because they have a lot of bigger, flatter surfaces, so I feel as if they're...
And that definitely reigns true until you get to doing elite troops, you paint a librarian or something like that, and they got skulls the size of a ballpoint pen or some shit hidden, and you're like, fuck. But yes.
Yeah, that's, I think going deeper into them, we'll probably be doing that in a future episode. There's a lot of nitty-gritty about Space Marines, and there's a lot of real good tips we can give you with starting a Space Marine army as well. So we'll leave that for another time. But I think what we can go into next is the armies, the different armies of the Imperium. There are quite a lot of different factions, not just Space Marines, which are also aligned with the Imperium. One of them, for example, are the Adeptus Sororitas, the Space Nuns with guns.
Oh,
Space Nuns with
shit.
guns.
Badass chicks, man. Badass chicks. They're really cool. They also are not technically superhumans like Space Marines, but they still have power armor, which I think is really cool and really unique to them.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, they're not even augmented or anything. They're just
No.
humans in the power armor, and they just go out believing in the Emperor and
Just
slaying
badass
the
chicks.
Yeah, they're real cool. Very cool.
Exactly. Now the next one you got is the Adeptus Custodes, the big old golden boys, the Emperor's bodyguards themselves. Now these guys, they are like, logically, a whole step above Space Marines. Like, in the same way that a Space Marine is like, you know, a whole fucking other level to a guardsman, that's a custode to a Space Marine. And it's, you know, I think are they made from the Emperor's gene seed himself? Or is it unconfirmed?
No, that's not confirmed.
Oh, that's the Grey Knights. That's the Grey Knights,
Yeah,
my
it's
bad.
the Grey Knights. They
I'll
are,
shut my whole
however,
mouth.
completely designed from scratch by the Emperor, however.
There you go. There you go.
They are also called the 10,000 because they can't get made anymore, and it takes a lot to kill one, allegedly.
Yeah, like these guys are so badass and so elite that the Emperor, as far as I know, actually had a few of their names carved on his armor, and did not have that for any of his Primarch sons. So that's how cool and badass and loved they were by the Emperor himself.
Yeah, sweet. Next one.
Is this my turn?
Yes, we saved this one for
wow.
you, buddy.
Oh, thanks, guys. You got. So the next one is the Adeptus Mechanicus, right? These are the people I started with that got me into Warhammer. But they're like augmented humans from Mars, right?
Yeah, they
not
originated
always, but yeah, they originated there.
But basically,
Yeah.
these motherfrickers, they grind off their limbs and replace them with mechanical augmentations because they believe in technology being superior to humanity.
The flesh is weak in that.
Yeah, exactly. And they are also responsible for arming the Imperium.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are,
correct.
They are big believers in the old go-go gadget dick trick, you know?
No, they're cool. I like the Mechanicus a lot.
Yeah, I definitely. They build a lot of all the spaceships and the weapons, most of the armor. That's all made by the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, and even the Titans and stuff like that too, right? Like that's all
Correct.
the manufacturing is done by those guys.
Yeah, done on Forge Worlds. Alright, so next one we have the Astra Militarum, the basic bitches, the guardsmen. These guys, we have so many of them. They are basically cannon fodder. If you need something rushed, just send more men. Yeah, these guys, they just get armed with a little flak armor and they give them a fancy flashlight and they tell them to go charge that building over there.
Unless they're Deathcore Krieg, then they have a shovel and a whole lot of fucking will, and you're in a whole lot of trouble. So don't fuck with the Kriegers; they will dig you. They will go full diggy hole on your ass.
God damn it, man.
I had to. And then the other one too, which we kind of mentioned before, Imperial Knights. Now these guys, the knights themselves actually come from feudal worlds with like old school knight systems, but the actual machines that they are, the knights themselves, they're manufactured by the Admech, sorry, lost words. And they are just big, stompy robots. Smaller than a Titan, but larger than a Dreadnought. Yes, think almost more steampunky rather than Gundam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're very rustic, lots of exposed pipes, things like that. Not fast, but very good heavy weapons platforms.
Yeah, they are nimble though.
They are nimble
but
Ish,
not
but compared
as...
to a Gundam, yeah, they're nothing.
Yeah,
Or even
exactly.
a Tau battle suit, then they're just not the same level.
Yeah, or an Eldar Wraith Knight for that part.
Yeah, but they are fucking cool and totally badass. And you can play them on tabletop.
Sweet. I'll take the last one. It's kind of a niche one because they are not really an army that you can play for se, but they are, however, units that you can add into your armies. And these guys, that's the Inquisition and the Officio Assassinorum. Gee, that's a hard word. That's like double asses in there.
Assassinorum.
Assassinorum. Oh, yeah, these guys, that's a secret police. They'll be running things in the Imperium behind the curtains. They'll and if there's a certain valuable or not so valuable target anymore, they'll tell the Assassinorum to go and execute certain targets.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, these guys are insanely sick. Cool models, not so much playable on tabletop, however.
I always remember that in the older White Dwarves, there was always a cool assassin there somewhere, just like painted up. And I'm like, who are these guys? Where do they go? I don't know, but they're cool.
Yeah. Sweet. So that was the Imperium side. Another tab we have on the the old James W store. That would be the James W.
Hello, James Workshop.
It's James Workshop.
It's just one person who makes everything. He's got his own little factory
James.
where it's just you open the factory
Mark's friend,
doors.
James.
You just open the factory doors and it's just one desk and it's just him like, oh, hey guys.
Please don't tell anybody how I live. Fucking. Oh no. Fucking Lenny.
Oh, good.
Holy shit.
Alright, who's kicking us off for chaos?
You are. Read some things. Say some things.
Alright, well, so you got your chaos demons for one. Demon forces, and they are slaves to the 4 chaos gods, which are, if I remember correctly, because I don't really know a lot about the lore, Khorne.
Yes, Khorne, dreadlocked guys.
You got Khorne, Nurgle.
Oh, be so stinky.
Yeah, Slanesh.
Oh, be so horny.
Who's the 4th one? Fuck.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Miso
Yes.
Burby?
I don't actually know the last one. I only really know the
It's Tzeentch, the master of scheming.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't have got that.
He's the one. You know that big chicken we killed in Fire Warrior? That's a Tzeentch thing.
Oh. What?
Yeah. It's a greater demon.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, the demons.
Yeah.
There's kind of 4 subfactions in the demons. Yeah, like we said, between the 4 big chaos gods, they all have their unique demons, and they all have their greater demons and stuff like that too, little servants. And they kind of get a little bit associated with the Chaos Space Marines as well, since they also have their Space Marine factions which are dedicated to the specific gods. There's the 4 big factions for Space Marines are there, but there's also a few ones who are unaligned to any Chaos God. So
they're more heretics than chaos, really, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not all I've shaped my body to be a stinky pile of shit or grow spikes and chicken feet, basically.
Tentacles and crab claws.
Yeah, think Alpha Legion and Black Legion. They're not overly chaos. So
I'm gonna start calling Slanesh models surf and turf. They got feet, they got claws. You surf and turf motherfucker. Sorry.
oh man. That's
Pacing
good.
myself. It is worth noting too. GW has this thing where they love to copyright names, so they had to spell demons different. It's not DEMON. It's DAE. So it kind of looks like Damon, like Matt Damon's, but it's not. It's demons. Yeah. So the other one you got is Chaos Knights, like normal knights, but spikier and grumpier. Yeah. They can turn the silhouette of them on the horizon turns a guardsman's day from good to bad the moment they see the spikes. Insta bad. Yeah. No good. No es bueno.
Oh no. That was basically the Chaos tab. They're very short, but I think they're kind of mirrored section to the Imperium. There's probably some Trader Guardsmen in there as well.
Cultists, things like that.
Cultists, yeah. Exactly. Sweet.
But,
then we have one of the more interesting factions, I would say. That's the Xenos. The Xenos armies. Who wants to kick off the next one?
I'll do it. So we got the Eldari / Drakari. Now those guys, they're space elves. Knife ears, like Obi. Oh yeah, I went there. No, but like they're a dying race. They kind of accidentally birthed the Chaos God like 10,000 years ago from kinky murder orgies, and now some are really kinky weirdos that keep chaos away from them that way. Some get like very monk-like following paths, and there are others that just fucked off to a planet and they hang out and ride dinosaurs.
Yeah, the Exodites.
Exodites. Yeah, exactly. So they're a really cool faction, man. Their armor is very distinct, very round curves and stuff like that. I really like the new Eldar models that come out. They look fucking lit.
Yeah. They also have these little gemstones on them called Spirit Stones, which basically will capture their soul while they die, instead of it being sent into the warp and being eaten or feasted on by Slanesh.
Exactly.
As you do.
Yeah, that's how you protect yourself. Sweet. So the next faction is the Gene Stealer cults. Kind of a weird one, as I'd say, because they're sort of a sub-faction of Tyranids.
But they have their own army, I guess, so we have to cover
they have their own army, but you could just as well chuck it into the same codex, to be honest, but that's just me. Now, what's cool about these guys is they find their way onto a new planet. They form something called the Patriarch, if I'm remembering correctly, and they prepare
Patriarchy.
They prepare the planet for the Ascension. So they just spread out, infecting more people, sprouting more of the Gene Stealers, and by the end they get to ascend by the Tyranids, aka they get chugged into the pool, the biopools, and gets sucked up.
Exactly, which is why it's very important to perform spot tests on all of your friends and ask them how many arms the Emperor has. Bowen, how many arms does the Emperor have?
It's an easy question, bub.
Oh,
the Inquisition is already popping their
they're
mouth.
knocking on the door.
There, my door. No. 2.
Yes,
Good.
2 is the correct amount of arms.
That's right. If your Emperor got 4 arms, you're fucked up. Yeah, that's funny. Bowen, this one's you, mate. All you.
Necrons.
Yeah, Necrons!
Right? Am I right? Hey, shut your mouth.
Get lost, basic bitch, Space Marine player.
Brady, show us my dinosaurs.
Hey, I'm trying to speak here. Do you mind?
Well, speak better.
I'm trying. Necrons are pretty much space Terminators. Right?
Oh, yeah?
Or they're undead metal Egyptian things, right? Where they got tricked into losing their physical bodies and now they are living metal skeletons.
And most of them have the personality of a grumpy old man, pretty much, because they're
Get off
very
my
ancient.
lawn.
Also, I have been told that when they have vigorous enough sex, it actually makes dubstep resound throughout the galaxy. Because, robot sex.
Is that where Skrillex come from?
Yeah. Skrillex is a necro. That's canon.
It's now
Is he
Knights of the Hobby Table canon.
Drake pulled up like, can I come too? And they're like, fuck you. Because Drake sucks.
That's right. I can't wait for a day if, Drake ever heard this and he's just like, the fuck, man?
Dude, what does he care? He has trillions of dollars.
I just wanted to learn about hobbies from 2 Australian dudes
You
and
know
1
what?
Swedish Belgian dude, and it's like, the fuck, they hate me. I didn't do anything.
You know what, Drake? Drake, this is an open invitation. If you hear us dissing you and you don't like it, come on our podcast and change our mind about you not sucking.
That's right.
Anyway,
That's right.
the perfect plan. The next one is orcs. Kind of like orcs in Lord of the Rings. If they were Cockney and made of fungus and had shooters.
Beefy as fuck.
Yeah. So bigger, greener, with guns
And
sometimes.
said, wow.
Yeah, and they wow quite a lot.
Give me your
I don't know
best
if I
wall.
sound- I don't know if I sound like a Waluigi or an orc. Then I'm confused.
What if Waluigi is just an orc from Warhammer?
That's canon now. That's
Do you
it.
hear that at my door? That sounds like Nintendo's lawyers.
No!
You know what the best thing is? Exactly, that's the sound they make when the spaceship doors open. Actually, no, it's the sound of the underground level.
I like to imagine if they were knocking on someone's door, like the Nintendo lawyers, they knock to the music from the first level, where it's like ba da ba 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 ba.
Just kicks the door in. Shigeru Miyamoto tackles you to the ground.
So are the lawyers like the ghosts in Mario? When you're moving forward, they're slowly following you, and you turn around and they just stand still, hoping you don't see them.
No, I picture them being more like the Bowser's kids in Mario 3, where you run to one side of the room, they do that weird flip thing, and they get all big in mode 70 on you and lay on your fucking head. That's how lawyers work, for sure.
Right.
I've had too much caffeine and not enough sleep, humans. Don't be like me.
All right, so that was orcs, I guess. Is there anything more to say about orcs? They kind of have this silly belief that everything they believe is real kind of becomes real.
They do have a way of affecting the warp with their belief, right? But not we believe this, so that is 100% reality, but it's more like they believe that, they have enough fuel in a car to make it to a certain location. So regardless of whether there is or there isn't, that can materialize a bit more fuel and get to that little bit extra further.
Yeah,
but it's not like, I believe we're going to win this battle and then all the Space Marines drop dead. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more like a luck bonus. If they flipped a coin and they all believed he was going to get heads, they would always get heads. But it's not you own the world now. It doesn't work like that.
That's a good compilation of what their orc belief is.
And they're not keeping the Emperor alive. Fuck off with that theory.
Yeah. It's 1,000 psychers.
Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I'm really coming for you today. I love you guys. Ooh, spicy.
Alright,
really.
next one. The Tau Empire. You know what it is. It's the Gundams. Sick. Yeah.
Ooh, Gundams and bovine fish people. My favorite.
Wow, that's racist.
What? No, it's not. I'm describing an anime, Obi.
That's xenophobia.
Look, mate, do you want me to come and fuck your head orifice like you would a towel? I'll be there.
Oh.
I can tell you're a bit delirious because it's nothing but sexual metaphors with you today. Oh my goodness.
Dude, it's been a day, man. It's been a day.
My
It's been a
goodness.
whole ass day, man. My dog stole my cheese. It's just been weird. Anyway.
Oh no.
Fucking Danny. But yeah, Gundams are cool as fuck, man. Oh, Gundams, Power Empire, cool as fuck, dude.
Wake up.
Grab your brush and put a little makeup.
Grab a brush, brush your hair, and pay attention, because we're now talking about Tyranids,
Yes.
which are pretty much just they're like a hive mind of bugs,
Yes.
right? So like, think like the xenomorphs, except like they're more varied and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Their ecology is much more varied. Like, a xenomorph is like, whatever it gets implanted into, it takes that and like changes according to what that is it's been hybridized with. Whereas the hive mind will make things to its needs and adapt. So like, say if they're trying to assault a planet that's really heavily fortified and all the gaunts are just getting mowed down, once they get mowed down, they'll absorb all the biomass again, and they'll send in creatures specifically designed to like, you know, take down walls, for example, like a battering ram fucking bug or something, you know?
Yeah.
Sort of like Starship Troopers actually is a pretty good analog for it.
Yeah. They're
Kinda.
really big bugs, oversized bugs. Swarms of them, one might even say.
Swamps. Sorry, I am Swamps. I am Waluigi today.
Yeah, so I think that's most of the factions at least that are on the Warhammer 40k site that you can look at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth noting there's a lot more factions in lore than there are on tabletop.
Exactly. And I think that might be the next way to figure out what you like is through the lore. So there are very, like we said previously, there's tons of books out there. And if there's any books you've read perhaps before, see if a character in that book actually has a model. I think either Games Workshop or Forge World might have the specific model from a certain book. So it's real cool and you get to paint something that you've heard a whole story about. I think that might be a very cool way to get into it as well, starting out with that one character.
Exactly. The favorite book I've read was two. It was The Talon of Horus and Black Legion. That shit made me want to paint the Thousand Suns Legion straight away. Like, not because of like Abaddon's involvement in it, but because of Iskander Kaon is the Thousand Sun. And like, if I was new to the lore, I would have started the Thousand Suns army straight away. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I've recently started the Horus Heresy, and I felt the need to do different 30k factions, the 30k Space Marines. Do like a little kill team of them.
I think if I was going to do 30k, I would probably do Imperial Fists.
Yeah. Might sound weird, but the Emperor's Children are actually pretty damn cool in 30k.
Well, look, it's been nice having this podcast with you, but I think it's time for us to...
That and the Death Guard. Like, I'm listening to Flight of the Eisenstein right now, and they're really cool in there.
It's funny, actually. You should have seen Bowen's face the other day. He came across the new trailer they did with Horus in it.
Yeah.
And Bowen's like, what is all this? And I explained that there's a 30k game, and his jaw was on the ground. He's like, you fucking what? What?
I legit didn't even know that was a thing until the other week. And I was just like, I feel like I've been lied to.
I'm hoping they do a starter box for it, because me and Bowen will go halves in that too.
They are, most definitely are. And it looks like it's going to be so many cool models in there.
Bowen, we're getting it. You know that, right?
I'm about to become a broker bitch.
That's alright. We'll be broke bitches together. We can cuddle in our little castle made of pop vinyls and Warhammer.
We can
Meet
be
Barney Brokeback Mountain.
We can be Vin Diesels.
Oh. Vin Diesels?
Yeah. Broke bitches, but family.
Family. Are you even a man if you've never looked at your friend while driving a Toyota Yaris, dropped the clutch and done a burnout while screaming family down the road? No, you're not.
That's a very specific thing. Like,
I don't know where I got that from. Jeez.
I cannot wait for one listener to be like, I did that with my friend in my Toyota Yaris. I feel like they're really speaking to me right now, yeah.
I bet it's League Lad. I bet it might not be a Yaris, but I reckon he's done that.
No, it's
He's
got to
a
be specifically a
fucking sick cunt.
Yaris. Specifically.
Makes sense.
Complete sense.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you feel
Cool.
like books suck? If so, and you don't want to listen to like an audiobook, and instead maybe want to listen to, I don't know, maybe some podcasts like you are now. I'm speaking to you right now. There are some good podcasts out there that can teach you about the lore side of Warhammer. For example, our buddies at Lorehammer.
Exactly. Yeah, Lorehammer. Those guys have definitely laid down the groundwork for pretty much every faction for the whole universe 40k. I think they did a real good job, and definitely worth checking out. Even if you're just gonna pick out the episodes about your faction that you're interested in, because that's what I did first. I listened to the episodes of the Necrons, which led me all the way back to the first episode. So
No, that's not the right way to do it. The right way to go is to go there, instantly fall in love with Mark and Eric, and just listen to it forever. That's the correct way to do it. Okay? Because they're adorable, and I want to pet their heads.
yeah, they did a real good job. Another podcast that are good friends of ours, and are doing more of a deep dive on different factions as well, is a Hobby Happy Hour. So definitely give them a listen as well.
Yeah. Good blokes. John and Bob. Top dudes. Big
Exactly. Another one which I personally actually never have listened to is Adeptus Ridiculous. I hear a lot of people saying good things about them. I never actually listened to them, but I have looked at some of their battle reports on YouTube. Bricky does some with Dice Check, so also they started doing some stuff as well.
If you like really crass humor as well and you're into that sort of stuff, I do watch Major Kill. I think he's pretty funny. He's divisive. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's the best, but on YouTube, I enjoy his shit. He's usually across the lore at least, even if his humor comes off a little cringy at times. But if you're one of our German-speaking listeners, right, you should listen to Adeptus Inebris. I don't speak German, but I wish I could, because these guys are kicking ass. They're good dudes as well. So go check them out.
Exactly. On a quick note, there's a guy also on YouTube who does YouTube shorts, and his name is Westhammer, and he usually does like these 1-minute clips where he talks about a specific thing. He jams in as much information as possible, and it's really cool. I probably scroll to his videos every time I'm taking a shit on the toilet. So
you know the only reason I haven't watched any of his shit is because he started off at TikTok, and I'm just so vehemently against TikTok. I'm like, fuck you, TikTok.
That's true. That's true.
Just being a boomer though, he's a good content creator. So
yeah, that's true.
The other thing is too, and me and Bone will definitely vouch for this one, is fucking play some Warhammer games.
Yeah.
Like video games, dude. Like that shit is so good for making you go, gee, who was that faction? I want to learn more about them. Or I really like the way they were presented in this game. I'm going to start that faction. Like, you can't play Fire Warrior and not think, fuck me, I want to paint some towel.
Exactly.
It's just impossible.
And especially recently now with the launch of Total War Warhammer 3. That'll be a great game to sort of show you a wide variety of different factions that
especially for fantasy,
that might influence you to pick up a model.
And Dark Tide's out at the end of the year too. I think September. So that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
That's why
definitely.
Obi upgraded his computer single-handedly. Dark time.
Yeah,
Don't tell
and
the
Space
missus.
Marine 2. Don't forget
Yeah,
Space
yeah,
Marine 2.
that's it. Yeah. But like so many good games. Some are missed, but like just the lore and the stuff you absorb in that. Hell yeah, dude.
Definitely. I kind of hope that they would eventually make a Total War Warhammer 40k game, because that would probably rock the tits off anything Warhammer related, 40k at least.
Or just give us another good Dawn of War, like the first one, but with all the factions and better graphics.
Yeah.
Same gameplay. The gameplay does not need to change.
Yeah.
It doesn't need that. Maybe like when you're doing your conquest stuff, if you could keep doing the modifying your commander thing, that was pretty rad. But the gameplay never needed to change. It never did.
Yeah. That's what I kind of felt was sucky about the second one too. That I wanted that Dawn of War 1 style game to continue in the second one.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, Warhammer video games. Great way to figure out your army.
Exactly. Lastly, though, I would say Warhammer art. Be it fan art, be it official artwork. It's just go on Instagram, type in Warhammer art, or Pinterest, for example, is also a good website to find information on, or good artwork. Because honestly, if you haven't opened the codex yet and looked at all the art pieces in there, you're doing something wrong with your books, because those things are marvelous and very inspirational for doing a certain kind of army as well.
Absolutely, man. Like that for me was what drew me into 40k mostly. Like just that grimdark style. Like I don't know the artist off the top of my head, but back when I first got into it, it had this very distinct art style, and it was just so ultra detailed and really cool. And I was just like, I fucking need to be part of this universe, you know? I need to get amongst it. So
Yeah.
definitely, go about it that way. Do that for inspiration as well if you're a bit stuck for what you want to do. Dodge the hentai, embrace the good art. That's the way to go.
Yeah. Fan art is a good way as well. Try and dodge the bullets on kinky stuff a little bit, but there's also YouTube fan animations. They're kind of getting taken down slowly, but they're still really good things to get into. There's probably still a few out there which will catch your eye if they're not being sued by James at work at Games Workshop.
Yeah. we're just calling him James from now on. Games Workshop is now James. Yeah. James Workshop. For
James
legal
Workshop.
reasons.
Exactly.
Let's see you touch us now. No.
Sick.
Fuck, man, I gotta stop challenging people. We end up in fucking getting shot or something.
Yeah, you will. You definitely will. But pretty much what we're trying to say, right, is at the end of the day, just pick an army that you like. You know, don't get too fussed if you plan on playing like the tabletop. Don't get too discouraged because of the quote meta, just because it's like it's gonna change anyway. It's always constantly changing, and it's like just build and paint something that you think is cool.
Yeah, definitely. The army of cool is the way to go, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if you got an army, say for instance, you're in Space Marine chapter with a dope as, if there's creativity involved in it, you're gonna take it further naturally than just, I guess I'll paint this like the thing on there, and like, so get invested, have the big ideas, use them, and really enjoy making your army. Don't just skirt that meta, If you're an experienced player and you want to sculpt your army around that, fine. But if you're new, I don't advise it.
Amen,
Definitely.
brother.
Sick. So that's kind of the episode for today. Kind of want to quickly say that we've just got an Instagram started up. So if you want to give us a follow on the Instagrams, that would be super great. We also have a Discord channel. We'll put the link in the description. You can join us. You can chat to us, explain a little bit who you are, if you're interested in whatever kind of hobby you're into. And
And if you want to come and hunt monsters with Bowen and I, we will hunt monsters with you.
Oh,
Monster
yeah.
Hunter World, we will fucking be there, man, with bells on. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's
Sick.
the shit. Yeah, but no, it's a really good little community there on the Discord. Lots of hobbying and advice, lots of banter, lots of good memes, and yeah, a good way to hang out and learn, find new people to play games in. Maybe if you have a gaming group or whatever. Yeah, good place. Good join.
Exactly.
Indeed.
All right, well, I guess until next time, guys. Remember to turn that volume knob all the way up to crank that fucking amp.
Oh, yeah. And you grab that paintbrush to slay the gray.
We are Knights of the Hobby Table. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Oh no.